Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tea Talk 2.0. Hey, 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 hey. As always, I'm your hostess with the mostest, Jessica, aka Tina, and I would like to officially announce that this is the first episode of season 3. And I know you're probably thinking, well, Jessica, what happened to season 2? I'll tell you what happened. Seasonal depression. That's what happened. And I'd rather just not go there right now. But we're back. And before we jump into things, I want to share my drink of the day, which is just going to be a good old Diet Coke. I don't know why. Just something about a Diet Coke just slaps. Like, wouldn't you say so? Anyway, cheers to the new year, the first episode of season 3, and cheers to the first sip of Tea Talk 2.0, season 3, episode 1. Cheers! No ASMR today, guys. Sorry. Let's get right into it. I know I went on a little bit of a hiatus last year, and the reason being was simply my mental health was not at a good place. And I was dealing with a lot of things in my personal life that I wanted to share, but also I was just not in the right headspace to do so at the time. So now we are trying to get back into the swing of things, and I'm excited to be back. If you're watching YouTube, you can see that I've got a different mic set up. I've had this mic actually for a little while before I stopped recording. I got it and I just haven't had a chance to play with it and mess with it. And lo and behold, I was able to do that today. So, recording with a new mic. Let me know what you think and how it sounds. Um, I don't know. I think I like it. Also, if I sound a little bit raspy, it is because I have been sick for the past week or so. And so I'm trying to get over like the yucky sicknesses that have been going around. It's just been in our house for a couple months. Everybody's gone through it, and now it's my turn, of course. So the holidays came and went. We went to visit some family in San Antonio, Texas for Thanksgiving. And then Patrick's family came and visited us for Christmas. And it was just real chill, real easy, and just the way we like it. What else has happened since my last episode? Guys, I quit my full time job at the hospital. Can you believe that? I did this because Sonny was getting ready to start his occupational and speech therapy, and I just wanted to be able to be more present for him and be available to be more hands on with him when at home, just like at home, and to be able to work with him on the things that the therapists are teaching us to work with him. Um, Luckily, I have a husband that is very supportive and, cares about our child. And he's very supportive. And, you know, he helped me come to this decision to just go ahead and leave my full time career, which was a big, big thing for me because it's taken me a real long time to get where I've gotten in my career. And so to take a step back from that it's definitely been an adjustment. It's been a change, and it's been definitely something that I've kind of had to work through just with my own like personal self, and my kind of like identity revolved around being like a working mom. So I still work part-time at Starbucks, but to not have my life revolve around my big girl job is just kind of different and still adjusting to it. But it's been really great. And I'm just excited to see how much more Sunny's going to learn and advance, basically. Um, what else has gone on? it's just a lot of like internal and mental things that I've been working through. And I'm sure it'll come up eventually. And I'm not opposed to sharing what I've been going through and things of that nature. It's just, like I said, it was really hard. And I was also off of my Lexapro for a little while. And so being off of it was really hard. And then getting back on and readjusting, that was really hard. And life was just really hard. Okay. That's what it was. I'm doing better now though. I've been on my meds and I've chilled out a bunch. um, Work's been good, home life has been good. You know, my kids had a really good Christmas thanks to Daddy Pat, and just it was a really good time for us to hang out as a family and just like our internal family, the four of us. Um, what else? What else? I don't really know what else has gone on lately. It's a brand new year. We're starting things fresh. And I thought, what better way to kick off season 3 than to talk about our ins and outs of 2025. So, the ins and outs was a trend that I think was circulating a lot more last year in 2024. But we're going to go ahead and just incorporate that right now for this year. So, I want to share with you some of my ins and outs of 2025. And I'd love to hear what your guys' ins and outs are. So if you're watching YouTube, leave a comment, your ins and outs. If you're following me on Instagram or Facebook, go ahead and drop a comment. Give me your ins and outs of 2025. All right. So, number one for me, my in of 2025 is obviously my podcast, season 3. We are getting back into the swing of things and we're going to be trying different things. I'm still, I think, finding my groove with this whole podcast thing. I haven't really found the niche that I like. And I remember talking about how I didn't really need a niche or have a niche, but I think I was trying again so hard to have one. And so that's kind of what threw me off a little bit last year. So bear with me if I said some things last year that I might not follow through with just yet. I have big, big plans, but like I said, I need to be patient and I need to be I just need to be patient. I want things to like work, like so quick. And that is one of my issues that I am working through. Another in for 2025 for me is going to be strength training. I really, really want to start lifting a lot more. Now that I kind of have a good gist and understanding of lifting and, what I can actually accomplish in the gym, I'm more excited to do it. And I'm really excited to just become like a muscle mommy. I'm excited to learn better form and just workouts from other people, personal trainers that I follow on social media, that kind of thing. And right now, it's not so much about losing weight, which is another one of my ends of 2025, which is body positivity. And so it's not about losing weight at this point. It's just more about feeling better and more confident in my body. I remember back when I was like in high school, I was very, very active. I did all the sports, and so I worked out and I exercised every single day. And I remember that, my arms, they would get real toned really quick. And I remember specifically some guys calling me Chief Buffo, and it really like it made me feel self-conscious because I didn't want to be a girl that was buff. I didn't want to like come off that way. But now that I'm getting older, I think muscles are amazing. And the work that you have to put in to get that look is incredible. And it's hard work. And I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. And so that's kind of like something that I'm going to be coming out from under my shell with is being more accepting of like my genes basically. Like if my body isn't meant to be paper thin, but meant to have strong muscles, then I will gladly accept that, because strong is beautiful, like no matter what. And healthy is beautiful. So whether you're paper thin, super strong with all these muscles, like it's beautiful. And if you're putting in the work, that's beautiful. And that's kind of like the mindset that I want to have with the gym this year. Like going forward, I want to have a healthy relationship with it and not do it for vanity. I want to do it more for like internal feelings and happiness. Another in for my 2025 is going to be lots of consistency. Consistency and routines with gym, work, medication, etc. Like I really, really, really want to get in like patterns and grooves. And a lot of the time I do have a hard time with that because I don't factor in outside issues and difficulties that come into things that I plan. So while I do want to plan ahead and be consistent, I do need to be mindful that there are things that are out of my control, but I can just work through them instead of giving up my routine, giving up the consistency simply because something didn't go the way I exactly planned it. So that is also something that I'm bringing into the new year and working on. Another thing that I am going to be trying new is I did read a little bit more last year than I have in the past. And I also discovered audiobooks and how much I actually really freaking like them and how convenient they are. Um, Listen to a lot of audiobooks. It's just so much more convenient for me to pop in my AirPods, walk around the house, do chores, do laundry, wash dishes, get ready in the morning, listening to a book rather than just listening to the same playlist that I've had on repeat for years. So that's another thing that I'm doing is getting into more books, but not just that. It's like not me finding the books on my own, but actually taking other recommendations from people because I kind of want to broaden my horizon from what I'm used to. So that is what is I'm doing as far as like my book reading this year. And another in that I've got going on is just a lot of gratitude. Um, you know, Having the mindset that not that I have to do something, but that I get to do something, and just being so grateful that I have the opportunities that I have, even no matter like how big or how small. So lots and lots of gratitude this year. Another in for 2025, possibly baby number 3. Huh? I'm not pregnant, guys. Don't worry. It's just something that we have finally discussed after miscarrying last year. And that's something that I do want to talk about probably in a future episode. The feelings that I went through after the miscarriage and, how it kind of took me back to possibly not wanting any more children. And that was a really hard kind of decision to come to terms with, which ultimately I didn't decide that because we are actively trying for baby number 3. But it's one of those things that like if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, then it, we're not gonna dwell, and we're not gonna be upset every month getting that negative result, because in the meantime I am working on going to the gym and working on my fitness and, becoming a healthier version of me. So by the time that hopefully I do get pregnant, I will have a healthy body to carry a full term baby. So, you know, sprinkle the fairy baby dust if you want, but it's not something that I'm going to dwell on if it doesn't happen like the next month or two. I'm okay with waiting because, like I said, in the meantime, I'm going to be working on getting my body prepped and ready to carry another Patrick baby. um, so yeah, those are the ins that I could think of for what I've got going on this year. So without further ado, let's get into the outs. Okay. Number 1, beefing. Beefing / holding grudges. Not doing it. Not doing it in 2025. If you've got a problem with me, have it. If I've got a problem with you, I don't remember anymore because I I just don't want to carry negativity into another year. I don't want to carry past grudges and burdens into another year. I'm just tired at this point. And also, I'm trying to keep as positive an attitude as I can going forward because, if I do get pregnant, I want to have a happy, healthy pregnancy. I feel like the last time that I was pregnant, it was beautiful, it was wonderful, it was great because I shared it with someone who I truly love with all my heart and soul. But there was just a lot of extra things that happened that made it kind of sad and kind of ruined the experience a little bit. So, going forward, I'm just kind of cutting out negativity. Along with that, one of the other outs that I'm taking into the new year is complaining. Uh, I'm gonna try my darndest to to complain about something once and one time only, and then not bring it up again. I have a tendency to uh, keep bringing up past situations, things that bother me, and stay in that, bury myself in it. And I'm choosing not to do that anymore. And I think it'll be really good just to kind of like clean slate everything, if you will. Another thing, oversharing. I know I have this podcast and I'm going to share as much as I can with you to be real and to be raw and to just share my experiences. But like with things that are very, very personal and things that I just don't feel like everybody needs to know, I'm going to keep to myself. Um, as I'm getting older, there's not a whole lot that I need to keep to myself and that I'm not comfortable sharing. But I mean, it might come up every now and then. So that's just like a boundary also um, that I'm kind of instilling for myself. Another out would probably be spending on impulse. I don't have a big girl job anymore. I gotta stop buying shit like I have money to waste. I'm very treat yourself, but also I'm gonna be a little bit more mindful with spending this year. And one of the biggest outs that I've got going on for this year is gonna be alcohol. Now I say that lightly because I did do like a dry January, or not January. We're in January. Hello. I did do a dry December and I didn't even feel like I didn't feel any FOMO. I didn't feel like I wanted to drink, And then I went to a party at the end of December and, I did some shots and stuff like that. But I just didn't feel the need to participate with everyone in drinking. And it was still a good time and I had fun. And it's just something that I've always kind of wanted to do. But I don't know, like I said, FOMO. And I just feel like I'm not as fun if I'm not drinking. But I think I need to remember that I'm awesome. And alcohol, I don't need it to have a good time. Now, like I said, I'm saying that lightly because this is the year that I turn 30 and and that's actually happening in a couple of months. So, I'm turning 30, planning on having a birthday bash, and I don't know. I'll be okay if I don't drink. I'm not going to be upset if I fall off the wagon a little bit, but like at this point in this exact moment as I'm speaking to you, I am not going to be upset if I don't get plastered on my 30th birthday. In fact, it might be kind of like nice not to. But like I said, we'll see. And disclosure, I didn't say anything about gardening, just alcohol. So we are leaving alcohol in 2024 and FOMO goes along with that. I am pretty excited for this year. Like I said, it's the year that I turned 30, and I've been waiting for this for a while, actually. I'm very, very excited to turn 30, enter a new decade, and my 20s have just been kind of like a roller coaster. I feel like I've lived 20 different lives in my 20s, and it's crazy just to be able to look back and think about what my life was like 10 years ago. And going into a new decade, I really want to make better choices and choices that will just ultimately make me happier and be better for me and my kids and my husband, and not to worry so much about all of the background noise. You know, I've spent a lot of time worrying about everyone else and taking care of everyone else. And I just feel like I haven't really given myself the time that I've needed to be better. And so I don't really have any like resolutions, just giving you my ins and outs. They're not really resolutions. I'm not calling them that because if I call them that, they're not going to get done. um, but yeah, I'm really excited for the upcoming year. I'm excited to be recording again. And if you guys are listening to this, it is a Tuesday. Well, you're listening to it on a Tuesday. I decided to change the day that I'm dropping podcast episodes because Tuesdays are my favorite days of the week. And I feel like if I'm posting on my favorite day of the week, that I'm more likely to post in general. So, new days that the episodes are dropping. And other than that, I don't really have anything that I want to share or talk about at the moment. Just remember to go like and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment that you listened, what you loved, those ins and outs. Make sure to go follow and like on Facebook and Instagram. And remember that this podcast is available anywhere that you can listen to podcasts, and the video version is always available on YouTube. And that's all the tea that I have for you guys today. We'll talk to you later. Bye.